Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the People's Envoy Updog here with you, and today I wanted to talk about the 105 race to 105 milestone. We have about 5 days left. Just wanted to kind of recap, or kind of remind you guys that it's almost over. If you guys are pushing for this, or maybe you want to get to that next milestone, just give you a little bit of time left before it ends. But I'll show you what I've done and then maybe make some recommendations as far as, who you might want to build up before the milestone ends, depending on where you're at. So let's see, is it miscellaneous? Is that how we do this? Nope, type. Let's see. Oh, wait, you know what? It's not in this one. It's in here. It is by, let's see, level. Yeah, character level. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So, all my hearted characters are not 105, except for Omega Sentinel. I just took her because of Crucible. Since I'm really big into Crucible, I wanted to have my characters as big as possible that I use on defense, and most of them that I use on offense as well. So, that's basically how I approached it, just because Crucible is a PvP mode, and the bigger the stats, the better the chance that you have to win. So that was my approach to this milestone. Now, I think Odin is definitely a good one if you haven't done him yet to 105. Mephisto, with Starjammers out there, with Null out there now, I mean, he'll still be pretty good as long as you avoid some of those situations. He is getting hard countered in war as well, so he's becoming more of an offensive character. So if you want super good offensive capabilities, then Mephisto would be a good one. Kahori's kind of a luxury, at least in my mind. She's mainly for war. She is pretty good outside of war, but most of her good stuff is in war. Hercules is kind of one of those characters, like, well, you use in two different modes. You use him in raids and use him in war. And he does need to be pretty big. He's kind of like the protector of the team. So it would be nice, but I would say he's not like at the top of the list to build up, but he's definitely one that you would get a lot of investment out of. So he would be good. Emma, I use her a lot in a lot of different places, so that's why I built her up. All of the Annihilators really are still really good in all different modes, so they're definitely worth it. Night Stalkers are really good outside of raids as well, so I would say, yeah, Night Stalkers is probably a good investment. Phoenix and Omega Red Phoenix, they're, I don't know, I'd say they're like an A tier as far as like outside of Crucible. And inside of Crucible, they're definitely like S tier, top tier. But outside of Crucible, they're probably A tier. They're still pretty good, so might be a consideration, but not the very tip top of the list, but definitely probably before Hercules, at least in my opinion, anyway. Well, I don't know, maybe not, maybe about on par with Hercules. Any of the Astral, we covered Emma, but any of the Astral members really I think is safe because they're really good in a lot of different modes as well. Really good in Battle World to help out your alliance, to get more Null shards. Now that we have him unlocked, we still need to get more shards, so that is, I think they're a safe investment. We kind of covered Orcus a little bit. I think they're good still in more than just raids, so definitely Lady Deathstrike has a lot of plug and play ability. She can fit in with Weapon X as well. She's amazing on that team still. Weapon X is a great team in war, and she has some other plug and play capabilities in Crucible, so she's definitely worth it. Most of the Orcus members, I'd say, are still worth it. Miss Marvel Classic kind of falls in she's a little bit lower than Kahori as far as investment level, or as far as like usefulness, I should say. Maybe not investment level, but usefulness. But I still took her because I've used her on defense and war, and also in Crucible as well. So, and we got some more Mighty Avengers characters here. they do have Scarlet Witch and Vision do have some use outside of war as well for Crucible, so they're not bad. They're probably on the same tier as like Phoenix and Hercules and stuff. Liberty, the Cap Sam and Liberty members, I'd say they're probably about on the same level as Scarlet Witch and Vision, all those others. Probably an A to B plus tier of where you want to start putting resources into. Storm for me was really big, high priority for me personally, but I'd say she's probably still in that A tier for general public advice, I would say, that I would give. So let's see, are we missing any teams? We've covered most of them. So Starjammers, I'd still say, just for general advice, probably an A tier, but again, because I love Crucible so much, they went up to the top of the list for me. Super Scroll, yeah, you could probably consider him like an A plus. Between an S and an A, he's just a little bit higher because he has so much plug and play uses and in every mode, so definitely a good investment for him, as well as APOC as well. You know, along those same lines. Even Black Knight 2, I would say, probably fits in with that Scroll APOC category. Old Man Logan as well. Maybe Old Man Logan is an S tier. It's really tough. It's really tough. He's either A plus or an S for me. APOC is still probably, he's like right on the border between that A plus and S tier. So let's see, what else do we have? Illuminati. They're probably more on the A tier side, I'd say. They're decent in war. They can take out, whatchamacallit, Alpha Flight. But, and they're getting buffs on war defense right now, which they're not that great. So I wouldn't build them just for that. But, yeah, they're still pretty good. Pretty good team. Probably in that A tier again. Kang, it's going to probably be... he's probably going to be closer to like a B plus, A minus level. Superior or Sinister Six, any of the Sinister Six characters, well, not any of them, but most of the main common ones you see, I still think, let's see, at least for Crucible anyway, they're still pretty good. But as far as like where you put your resources, I'd probably put them in like a B plus category. They're good still, but you can see them starting to fall off a little bit because we've had so many more war teams added. We've had a lot of Crucible teams added, so it's been quite the ride for us players here, getting so many teams for just a couple of modes that we have. Yeah, it's been interesting. So let's see, we've got Spider Weaver. She has her uses. I'd call her like a B level investment or priority. Cabal, probably a B plus, A minus in that category. Everyone else, Null, I took up to 105 right away, just because once we get stars on him, I think he's gonna be really good. So we'll get there. Hopefully we get more than just the 4 red stars that we have right now in the milestone that we have right now. So hopefully we can get up to like 6. That would be good. Somehow, if we can earn that, that would be awesome. But everybody else here is probably not going to be worth it. Maybe I have a few stragglers. I have, as you can see, I have level 102s, 103s. I have some 101s maybe. Oh, maybe I don't have any 101s anymore. So eventually I'll probably take some of these up, but just depends on, the see how Season 14 goes for Crucible, at least for me personally. We'll see how that goes. I might take some characters up that I don't currently have up, and yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes with some of the new teams. We've got the Vigilante team coming out, so that'll be interesting. And yeah, we'll have to see how the raids go for that. We might need 105 just to get through the raids. I am assuming that for Spider Society, they are going to really hard counter them in the new raid. So I did Pob to 105 here just because he has a lot of good uses, or he did in Season 13. So we'll see if he gets used much in Season 14. For Crucible anyway. But yeah, that is my little recap. I hope that gives you some ideas on who to build up for this milestone here. And yeah, as I like to always say, make sure you spend those resources wisely. And if you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments. We'll see you later.